Hello everyone and welcome to the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic, Final Four of the Consolation Brackets, the 50th annual here in the main gym. I'm Chris McQuade, alongside me Griffin Hanna, and we will be calling the Final Four. The winner of this game will be punching their ticket to the finals of the Consolation Bracket. And Griffin, tell us a little bit about both these teams.
Both these teams are looking to finish off this tournament strong. Both of them suffering losses on the first day, looking to bounce back and win this consolation side of the tournament. One player to look out for is number 4 of Downers Grove, Caleb Stivnak. He's been a crucial part. Adam Flowers has been a crucial part for Downers Grove South, leading them to this Final Four consolation appearance.
Yeah, Flowers, the transfer from Hinsdale South. A lot of history in this tournament, but we are going to get started as Keon Maggot, the star receiver for DGS, has the ball. Keeps it. Over to Warrow. Back to Maggot. Justice guarding Maggot. Waterman. Back to Maggot. Waterman will try a 3 off the mark, but he got fouled. He'll go to the line for 3. And last year, Griffin, this is where Downers South made it this far. They got knocked out in the Consolation semifinal to Wheaton North. Wheaton North went on to lose to Lake Forest in the final of the bracket. Unfinished business. It's the first one for Waterman will go down.
Refs calling fouls early in this game, less than 30 seconds in, and there's already been a foul called in this game. Definitely looking a little ticky-tacky out there right now.
Excuse me, that is Lorick. He knocks down the second, so we'll get one more. Last one for Lorick is up and through, so 3-0. The Mustangs lead here early. Look for Jax Ablos to get a touch pretty much every possession from the Bulldogs. Justice breaking the press. Kicks it. Over to Ablos in the corner. Ablos, the pull-up J, off the mark. Rebounded by the Bulldogs, little miss. And then Flowers in transition. Flowers looking for a shot, loses it. Xavier Justice now with it. Justice in transition. Justice dumps it off. Pull up. Got it. Justice knocks it down.
Both teams attacking from 3 early on in this game, looking to spread the floor.
Justice just coming off the IR. He's been hurt, but now he's back. Ready to fire this Batavia Bulldogs team up. 3-ball, Day. Or Waterman off the mark. Abelos with the rebound. Justice kicks it. Abelos loses it, and it stays here with the Bulldogs.
Into the game for Downers Grove South, 23, Joe Grippo.
Joe Grippo will check in for Lorick.
DGS subbing in early here, looking maybe to push the pace, keep their lineup energetic.
Justice tries another 3, but way off the mark. It was an air ball. Wyatt Warrow in transition over to Keon Maggot. Maggot, coast to coast, lays it up. Off the mark. Justice will contain the rebound. Now up top. Going to the cup, kicks it, picked off by Maggot. Stays here. Like that catch, Griffin?
Beautiful catch there. Secured it with 2 hands in that triple threat position there from CMAC.
Abelos a 3. Ah, he got it. Jax Abelos.
Definitely won't be the last name. We'll hear his name.
Coach Nazos wants to go back to that Consolation Championship where 2 years ago his team suffered a loss to the Wheaton North Falcons. They want to get back there back to their normal. Batavia's usually always making runs in this bracket. Ball goes off for Reed, now off of Flowers, and it will belong to the Bulldogs. Now checking in is Day.
Neither of these teams having success on day one of the Jack Tosh in recent memory, but they make up for it in these consolation brackets. Both of them having Final Four appearances in the past 2 years. Each one trying to make good and finally win this consolation side of the bracket.
They break the press. Looking for Abelos, he's got him. Abelos, a pull-up three off the mark.
Even with the miss there, Abelos is obviously feeling himself right now. He's confident in his shot, and that's a bad sign for DGS.
Darian Susic will check in. Maggot will inbound here to Waro, who's been quiet. He's committed to Northern Illinois to play baseball for the next 4 years, but he's a great shooter and facilitator in the paint for this team.
A lot of multi-sport athletes for this DGS team.
Maggot drives, floats off the mark. Abelos there for the board. Over to Joe Reed. Over to Justice. Down low, over to Abelos. Abelos spinning, floating and connecting. Jack Abelos has this lead up to 5. DGS looking for an answer. Who will they go to? Wardo in trouble, launches over to Day. He can shoot it. He's gonna try his luck off the mark, but tip back. Nice save by Joe Grippo. And that's gonna be a carry against Maggot.
Another substitution here for Downers South. Going with an eight-man rotation early on, while Batavia has yet to sub in a second person.
Get it across the timeline. Down low, wide open layup, but smoked. Number 11, Josh Colley misses it. That's just 3 points, and in the Final Four game, you can't be missing those kind of shots.
Coach Nazos definitely unhappy with that missed layup there. You gotta capitalize on the shots down low when they're given to you.
Keon Maggot up top. Down low, over to Day. Day in trouble. Maneuvering his way around Justice and draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2, and Coach Nazos does not like that call.
Batavia foul number 21 is saved with Justice, his first team's 4th. At the line of 2 for Downers South, 0, Sean Day.
First one goes through for Day.
Coach Miller taking this free throw as an opportunity, as a mini timeout, having 3 of his players in the back court, talking it over with him, talking about this next defensive set, just trying to get ready.
The second for Day is going to be off the front rim and off the mark. Now Dane Farrar has it. He is one of the better players for this Batavia team. He does come off the bench. Farrar facilitating, but he loses it. In transition, Waro over to Flowers. Flowers needs to get going. He had 21 in their last outing. It's been their star scorer, Griffin. Here he goes, it's going to work. Throws it up, and just an air ball, not the best shot there. Day now diving. But Farrar has it on the floor. And a jump ball that belongs to the Bulldogs.
That's the biggest knock on Flowers. Sometimes he can be a little bit too selfish, just focused on getting his shot up, not taking the best shot possible as he goes to the bench there. Let's see if he'll get going in this game.
Dane Farrar up top. Wyatt Waro guarding him. For Jack Sabalos. Farrar in the corner. Dumps it off down low, but a kicked ball violation against Maggot. Coach Nazo's calling a play. See who this play is designed for. Farrar spinning, in trouble. Here's a 3-ball. Looks good, it is good. Number 13 off the bench, Joe Daly, the 6'1" guard.
Great job there by Daly, being ready to shoot when given the opportunity, and hits it when he does.
Under pressure, but laying it in. Waterman makes the nice move. Farrar kicks it, but it's picked off by Waterman. It's a 5-point game. They're going to push it. Maggot in transition using his speed. Misses it. And it belongs to the Bulldogs.
As you said earlier, Maggot, the star wide receiver for DGS's football team, showing off the speed there on that fast break.
Joe Reed flying to the cup, lays it up and in. Joe Reed's got a lot of quickness too. Wyatt Worrow will try to go to the rim this time, and he's going to lose it out of bounds. That's a turnover. Lorick will check in.
Batavia, 21, Xavier Justice.
Xavier Justice to bring it up. Over to the corner, it's a 3-ball. It's off the mark. Day corrals the rebound. Pushing in transition over to Maggot. Over to Lorick, back to Maggot. And Coach Miller of the Mustangs talked about how he wants Maggot to look for a shot more, and that's why, right there. Knocks it down. He knows how it's special this kid is. And when he's not looking to score, he's really hurting the team. He needs him to be a reliable option. Flowers will check in, so will Joe Reed. We'll pull Maggot out.
That's the first foul on DGS this entire first quarter.
Get it down low. Abelos has got a mismatch. This is the play they called. Will they get it to him? They're trying to get it to Abelos. Driving is Daly, lays it up, gets the bucket, not to fall and a jump ball, and it will belong to the Mustangs.
Shot clock is off here. Mustangs can hold for the last shot of this first quarter.
Now checking in, number 12 for the Mustangs, Ben Silbernagel. And Xavier Justice will check out. Wyatt Worrow to bring it up. Lorick. Lorick fires it over to Maggot. Flowers being locked up by Silbernagel. Day. Kicks it. Lorick, a 3 off the mark. 2 seconds on the shot clock and a foul on a foul on Flowers, so 2 seconds remain on the shot clock, or on the game clock.
Batavia, 2 seconds to expand this lead. Got to get a shot off quick, but definitely can be done.
I've seen the Joe Reed buzzer beater earlier this season when I announced their game against Normal Com. It's from half court, he knocked it down, so 10 and white may be a reliable option here. Otherwise, I think Jax Abelos would be taking this shot. And they're going to just throw it out of bounds, but I think that advances the ball. All right, they're just going to blow the quarter dead, and with that, we're going to step aside 13-8. Final 4 of the Consolation bracket. The Bulldogs lead. Don't go anywhere. More action coming your way. everyone. Welcome back from the break. Batavia Bulldogs have a nice lead here. 5-point lead against the DGS Mustangs. This was their game. They went out in the tournament last year after being up the whole game. They eventually lost their lead to Wheaton North. So they're looking to get some revenge while Batavia is looking to get back to normal where they go usually every year, except for last year's Justice. Tries a three and knocks it down. 16-8, the Bulldogs lead. Warrow driving, floating, got it, plus the foul, Wyatt Warrow. Griffin break this one down.
Great job by Warrow, just power through the defense, going up with it, takes the contact and finishes through it. Now at the charity stripe for one more.
He does miss the free throw. Gets it back over to Waterman. Waterman laying off the mark, and Jack Zabalos with the rebound. Over to Xavier Justice.
Xavier Justice has been a spark plug for this offense coming off the bench. Already up to 6 points so far.
Down to South foul number 5, Wyatt Warrow is first, team's first. Batavia basketball out of bounds.
Both teams already with one foul early in this quarter. Refs getting stricter on the calls here.
Reed driving. Jump stop over to Justice. Justice thought about the shot, now firing. Abelos, a three. Off the mark. Flowers gets the rebound. Here he comes in transition. Flowers has been quiet. Spinning, floating, off the mark. Gets his own rebound. Second chance effort. Off the mark as well. Jack Zabalos has it. Over to Reed. Reed drives. Justice. Floating. Off the mark. Warrow has it in transition. He's going to push it. Lays it up and in. Wyatt Warrow.
Warlow showing the speed there, going coast to coast for the easy two.
Wyatt Warrow now has 2 fouls, so they're going to have to pull him. They're going to keep him in, but usually they pull him at the end of the half. Let's see if when Coach finds out about that, what he'll do. But he will stay in for now. Justice has it up top. Stolen by Keon Maggot. Maggot turns it over. Here comes Jack Zabalos. Maneuvers way up and misses, but he does get fouled.
Down to South foul number 0, Sean Day, his first, team's third. At the line to shoot 2 for Batavia, number 3, Jack Zabalos.
Jack Zabalos at the line for 2. The first one is up and through. Zabalos has been really reliable. Does knock down both. Jack Zabalos will be going to Cornell for the next 4 years of his collegiate career in the Ivy League. D1. Bright future for the kid is Maggot. Step back and got it. Keon Maggot looking for his shot when they need him. He knows he needs to step up.
That's what Coach Zach Miller was talking about. He said he wanted Maggot to look for his shot more, and proving why there.
But a better finish from Darian Sussage. Maggot up top. And a Day. Back to Maggot. The Warrow.
Couldn't catch it there, but
I was about to throw the headset off. Next time I'll have to. chair of the referees over here said some words I cannot repeat as a joke to the ref. He said, "The blank you doing?" What a pass from Waro. Over to Flowers, he'll try a pull-up. He'll get fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Both teams here nearing the bonus early on in this quarter. DGS only needs 2 more fouls, while Batavia needs 3 more before they're in the bonus. Here's another look at that 3-pointer from Maggot we saw earlier. Look for his own shot. Quick little hezzy step back. Create just an ounce of space, but just enough to get that 3 to go.
Next game will be the biggest game Consolation bracket history, arguably. 2 of the better teams that made it all the way to the Final 4 that got knocked out in the first round between Glenbard West and St. Lawrence. That's going to be a heck of a game next, so make sure to stay tuned in as there's a bucket for Batavia. Day will try a transition 3, and he's going to miss it. Waterman there for the foul, and he's going to lay it up and in. 18-22, and Coach Miller wants to talk things over with his team. Probably going to bring out a press out of the timeout here. And with that, we're going to step aside. DGS 18, Batavia 22. Welcome back from the short break, where Batavia is holding that 4-point lead. Joe Reed will try a 3, and he's gonna knock it down. 25-18, everything seems to be going in for the Bulldogs.
Joe Reed up to 5 points.
Lorick over to Flowers. Flowers drives baseline, Euro steps, and lays it in. What a move, some English on the ball. Reed over to Justice, back to Reed, another 3 from Reed. Off the mark, Day has the rebound. Over to Lorick. Over to Day, Day a 3, off the mark. Avalos has it. For Justice. They get down low, but it's stolen by Flowers. Flowers in transition. Hop step, laying, and connecting. Adam Flowers, the transfer from Hinsdale South, now up to 5 on the night.
Flowers really coming alive in the second quarter, now up to 5 points, had none in the first quarter. Might be the difference in this game.
Shots off the mark. Belongs to the Mustangs, out of bounds. Wyatt Waro and number 33, Eric Vaganus will check in, and this whole run put together by DGS has been done without their big man, Daniel Severtis, who is still on the bench. He's hurt. As Wyatt Waro gets across the timeline, over to Keon Maggot, thought about the 3. Flowers now looking for his shot. Hop step kicking, corner 3, Day off the mark. Avalos with the board. Xavier Justice, bring it up. Reed over to Justice. Stolen by Flowers. Flowers in transition. Maneuvering his way down there, misses the layup, and it belongs to the Bulldogs. 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here.
Back in for Batavia, 15, Dave Farrar.
Justice to bring it up. Over to Dane Farrar. Abelos, Reed. Back around. Farrar. Justice. Abelos. Abelos, 6 seconds on the shot clock. 5 seconds. Farrar may have to launch. Farrar's gonna launch from way outside, off the mark. The shot clock violation.
Shot clock is a new part of Jack Tosh as of 2 years ago. Some teams still getting used to it as it's not a part of typical conference play, but it is a part of the Jack Tosh.
Worrow has it up top, working on Joe Reed. Worrow facilitating, kicks it back out to Flowers. Flowers in trouble, just dumps it back off to Day. Flowers rises, off the mark. Maggot. He misses. Tip back out to Worrow. You can't leave him open. But he does miss, and Maggot over to Day. His triple. In and out. And a foul.
Felt like that DGS possession was never ending. Offensive rebound after offensive rebound. If Batavia wants to retain this lead, they got to box out and win the battle on the glass.
Waterman will pull Day. .50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Halftime coming up here. Justice has it for the Reed. Justice to the corner. A three ball. Up and in. Daly knocks down his second three of the night. Now a 6-point lead for the Bulldogs. Maggot. Over to Worrow. Flowers, shot clock at 10. Over to Maggot at 8. Maggot's gonna have to release here. Getting space. He's gotta get it off at the shot clock buzzer, knocks it down. Keon Maggot. And that's gonna cut the lead down to 4 going into the locker room.
We'll take one last look here. Maggot has to get a shot up, loses his dribble, turns around, still hits it. Great composure there by Maggot, answering the three that Daly hit earlier.
And that's why Coach Miller says he can be such a factor when he plays outside of his comfort zone and takes more shots. You see it right there, all that skill. With that, we're gonna step aside, 28-24. Batavia's got the lead going into the locker room. Chance to go to the finals on the line. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second half of the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. I'm Christian McQuade. Alongside me, Griffin Hanna. And Griffin, what do the Mustangs do to get this lead back?
It's a narrow lead for Batavia, only a 4-point lead. I think you got to run your offense right now through Keon Maggot. He's made a couple tough shots, and he's been looking for a shot all day, and it's been falling. Flowers has been underwhelming so far, so I think you switch and go to Maggot and let him take majority of the shots in the second half.
Absolutely. And with that, let's get into the action. As Flowers getting going here early.
Flowers now up to 7 points. Him and Maggot both have 7 points on the day so far.
Abelos has been quiet since his early 7 points as Reed will try a three and knocks it down. Reed is now 3 from 3 from beyond the arc.
DGS definitely gonna have to guard up on Reed as he's starting to heat up from deep.
Maggot going to the lane, lays it up and in. Keon Maggot having a nice game.
Maggot once again looking for a shot there. Coach Miller did say he wanted him to look for a shot, become more of a scorer than a pass-first point guard.
Three ball, Reed. This time off the mark, Abelos tips it back out to Justice. Over to Abelos in the corner. Swing pass. Driving. Fouled. Late whistle.
Down to south foul number 5, Wyatt Warrow. That's his third.
Wyatt Warrow now picks up his third foul, so he's got to be careful.
Coach Miller still not pulling Warlow, recognizing the importance of having him on the floor.
They lob it in over to Abelos. Down low to Reed. Reed floating off the mark and tipped out of bounds off of Maggot. So we'll stay here.
DGS losing the rebound battle so far. Batavia with a narrow lead.
Jacks Abelos over to Reed. Back over to Justice. Justice using his speed, but he dumps it off, and there's a foul on Waterman.
Second foul already in this third quarter for DGS. They're going to have to be careful, otherwise they might push Batavia on this bonus.
They lob it. That's going to be over to Abelos. Abelos looking for his shot. Taking it to the cup himself, lays it up. And in with his offhand, jacks Abelos.
Abelos looking for the foul there.
The Cornell commit coming up huge. It's Worrell will lay it up and in. Back and forth here. Justice. Over to Reed. He lays it up. And in. Joe Reed. Now the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. Maggot. For the Warrow. Warrow coast to coast. Lays it up and in. Wyatt Warrow, some nice touch off the glass.
Warlow with 8 points, second leading scorer for his squad.
Abelos spinning, kicks it, corner, three ball, top of the key, off the mark. Waterman has it in transition. Over to Maggot. Maggot thought about the three, spinning, off the mark. Abelos, great defense, using his length to his advantage. Abelos kicks to the corner, Joe Reed, air ball. Three ball, Waterman. No good. Joe Reed. Over to Schlengel. 3 is off the mark, and Maggot with the board. Keon Maggot. Over to Warrow, who draws the foul.
DGS looking to push the pace here, getting out in transition early.
They get it to Flowers. Flowers going to work in the paint. Lays it up and gets fouled. He'll head to the charity stripe for 2.
Batavia foul number 13, Joe Daly, his first, team second. At the line to shoot 2 for Downer South. Number 3, Adam Flowers.
Flowers will knock down the first, so a 2-point ball game.
And with that free throw, Flowers is the first, is up to 8 points.
The second one, he's off the mark.
Flowers has struggled from the line so far, already second missed from the free throw line, going 2 for 4 so far in this game.
Justice floating and connecting in transition. Xavier Justice. Warrow going to work, spinning, floating, connecting. Wyatt Warrow. Both teams really playing like they want it. Down low, off the mark, Day has it. Here he comes, down the floor. Over to Warrow. Maggot, baseline, laying, connecting, plus the foul. Keon Maggot with the finish.
Great job there by Maggot. Pushed through the contact and finished through the physicality. If Maggot makes this free throw here, this will be the first time DGS has held the lead since the first quarter.
And he will knock it down. Keon Maggot with 12 on the game. Easily his best game of the tournament.
First player in double digits, willing his team back into this game.
Justice, floating, air ball, Flowers in transition. Flowers looking for a shot. Using his body, could not get it to go. Here comes Farrar in transition. Over to Abelos. The Cornell big man lays it up and in. Jack Abelos. And Coach Nazos wants to call a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second. We're going to step aside for the quick 30. Well, everyone, and welcome back from the short break. Back and forth. The offense really starting to come out here in the second half.
DGS running their offense through Warlow and Maggot so far in the second half. Both of them being highly proficient from the field.
Here goes Warrow. Going to work. He loses it. Day is there. Over to Maggot. Maggot going to work. Lays it up. And he got it. Keon Maggot starting to come alive here with 14 points here late in the third. Justice. Over to Reed. Reed over to Avalos. The Cornell man going to work, kicks it out. Reed off the mark. Avalos there for the board. Dumps it back off. Another triple on the way, and it's good. The lefty, Josh Conley, connects.
Avalos, known for creating for himself, but he can also create for others.
Flowers tries a deep three. It's off the mark. Gets his own board and puts it up. We'll head to the charity stripe for two.
Flowers trying to make some offense as his own, as Warlow and Maggot have been cooking so far in this second half.
Maggot has struggled from the line, as you mentioned, but he will knock down the first, and he is now up to 9 on the game.
Flowers looking to be the third player for DGS to be in double digits on the game so far and tie this game back up.
The second one is up and through. Flowers ties this ball game back up, and what a matchup we've had here in the main gym. DGS showing a 2-3 zone. They've switched it up a little bit. Justice over to Avalos. Down low. Laying it up and in. Darian Sussage taking the lead for the Bulldogs. The Mustangs need an answer. They find Flowers. Flowers going to work. Off the mark. Day trying to save it, he can't.
Great hustle there by Day, going all out to save it. Couldn't get his hand on it there though.
Justice gets it across the timeline. Over to Avalos, who gets fouled.
Counter south foul number 0, Sean Day, second team's third. Batavia basketball out of bounds.
That's Sean Day's third foul. Or his second, his team's third. They move it around. Justice has it up top. Down low.
Counter south foul number 23,
Joe Grippo will pick up a foul and will check out. Eric Vergonis will check back in. They lob it to Avalos. Kicks it. 3-ball. Reed. No good.
Reed's first miss from 3 in the second half. He's been on fire from deep.
Maggot, the pull-up J. It's an air ball. Justice in transition. The shot clock is not in effect here. They kick it. Reed, coast to coast. Justice, he'll try a triple. Got it. 47-42.
Xavier Justice now with 11 points.
Maggot over to Waterman, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Maggot, spinning, floating off the mark, 2 seconds on the clock. They gotta shoot. And this will bring the third quarter to a close, 47-42. We got some replays as we take a break. Hello, everyone, and welcome back from the short break, where the Batavia Bulldogs are hanging on to their lead against the DGS Mustangs by 5. Is Maggot trying to steal it from Justice, but he can't.
Great defense there by Maggot. Doesn't come up with the steal, but got a hand on it. Made it difficult for Batavia to even inbound the ball there.
And they're going to get it across the timeline, Abelos. Maggot with the steal. Maggot in transition. They lose it. Around the horn, Warrow. Picked off by Reed. Justice in transition. Daly launches off the mark. Single barely stolen. Warrow just hoisted, looking for the foul, but there's a no call, and Coach Miller is livid.
Coach Miller has some words for the ref there. Still unhappy with the call.
That's a technical.
Just a warning there, not quite a tech. Coach Zach Miller definitely towing the line there. If DGS wants to come back in this game, that's the last thing that can happen.
Justice lays it in. So 7-point ball game. This is where DGS fell last year to Lake Forest. In the last quarter, they couldn't hang on. History repeating itself right now. They need an answer, Griffin. Maggot laying it up, and he gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Maggot doing everything in his power to bring DGS back into this game. They held a lead in the third quarter, but it started to slip away as Batavia is now up 7. Maggot with a chance to shrink this lead. Makes good on the first one, leads down to 6. If he can make the second, it will be down to 5.
Maggot will knock down the second.
Now for southpaw number 5, Wyatt Walrow. That's his 4th, team's first. Batavia basketball out of bounds.
Justice running the show up top. Over to Reed. Abelos to the corner. Justice will try another 3. Off the mark, and Maggot has it. Maggot pushing in transition over to Warrow. Maggot.
No basket.
Got it, but they're going to call it off.
Calling it on the floor there will be DGS inbound on the baseline.
Down for south basketball out of bounds.
Flowers posting up, laying it up, and in! Adam Flowers calls his own number in crunch time and knocks it down.
Maggot playing all 64 feet here.
Out of bounds, Batavia basketball.
Warlow now guarding Justice, previously guarded by Maggot. Coach Miller changing up the defensive looks here. Shot clock winding down.
Abelos launches off the mark. Reed for the rebound. He puts it in. Joe Reed now up to 12 points. Warrow laying it. Up and in, plus the foul.
Warlow completes the 3-point play here. Will cut this lead down just to 1 for Batavia. Just over 5 minutes left to go. This game is wide open.
And with that, we're going to step aside 51-49. You're watching York Sports Network. (51-49). DGS trying to not let history repeat itself. Can they advance to the next round? Only way to find out is if you stay tuned here on York Sports Network. Batavia is able to get it across the timeline. They fire it down, but a foul.
Down to south foul, number 0, Sean Day, his third, team second. Batavia basketball out of bounds.
DG has been racking up the fouls so far. Coach Miller definitely going to have to be careful about that, playing his cards right, making sure none of his key players foul out.
Warrow at 4 fouls. They keep him in the game. He pointed at Warrow and said, he pointed to Warrow and then pointed to his head, saying, keep your mind right. You don't need to foul, man. As Maggot misses the transition layup, here comes Justice in transition. Justice rises off the mark and out of bounds off of the Mustangs.
Timeout called here by Batavia. Their second of the full timeout for them. They have 4 left compared to DGS's 3 timeouts left.
With that, we're going to step aside. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. Well, everyone, welcome back from the short timeout. 51-49, 4 minutes and 30 seconds remain. Avalos has the ball in the corner. Swing pass, 3-ball, Joe Reed off the mark. Wyatt Worrow in transition. Worrow over to Flowers, over to Maggot. Big possession here. Flowers going to work, laying it up, drawing the foul. He'll get 2 shots.
Flowers makes both here. This game will be tied once again. This game just back and forth between these two teams. Look at a second look here. Flowers getting around Joe Reed, goes up with it, unable to get it to go, but at the line makes the first.
Does make the first, so let's see if they, no matter miss or make, if they'll bring the press. If this one goes down or not.
Neither team pressing yet in this game. We might see it coming out soon.
He does knock down both, and the press will stay back. 51 squared, 4 minutes remaining, a ticket to the finals looking to be punched.
DGS now running a 2-3 defense, switching from the man they ran earlier.
Justice, over to Avalos, over to Laley, and he misses it. DGS a chance to take the lead since the beginning. Maggot looking for his shot. Maggot over to Tay. Over to Flowers. Flowers going to the cup. Hop step, laying, connecting. Adam Flowers calling his own number in crunch time. That's huge.
Adam Flowers, 16 points on the night so far. Looking to add to that total.
Daly over to Justice. McKaylee back to Daly. Avalos, Justice. 8 seconds of the shot clock. They hoist a 3. It's an air ball, and Maggot's got it.
Batavia's really got to hit these open
Maggot
threes.
to the rim, laying it in with his offhand. Coach Nazos is going to spend a timeout.
Maggot looks to be a little shaken up there, limping off that left ankle. Seemed to have rolled it on that last take. Speaking of that last take, look at Maggot going coast to coast here. Has he crossed, goes up off one. Easy finish right off the fingers.
Keon Maggot, 18 points, the leading scorer, the X factor of this Mustangs team. And with that, we're going to step aside. 55-51, 3 minutes remaining here in the main gym. Hello, everyone. Welcome back from the short break. 55-51. The Mustangs storming back from being down double digits earlier in this game. They have fought their way back and have the lead by 4. Avalos over to Justice.
Many expected Avalos to be the main contributor on offense, but it's been Justice. He's been the story for Batavia so far tonight.
Over the head, Worrow in transition, laying it up and in. Wyatt Worrow with a huge bucket.
DGS took the lead earlier in this fourth quarter, and now they're just expanding on it, up by 6 now.
3-ball, Avalos got it. Jax Avalos, the Cornell man, responds. minutes remaining. Wyatt Worrow up top. Rises, connects.
Worrow coming alive here in this fourth quarter now. Back-to-back buckets for him.
Justice over to Abelos. Abelos will hoist the three. He knocks it down. Jax Abelos starting to come alive. He's been awful quiet in the second half. Out of nowhere, 2 trays in a row.
Abelos taking over that leading scorer spot from Justice.
Flowers going to work, he gets fouled.
Batavia foul number 11, Josh Cayley, his 4th, team's 5th. At the line to shoot 2 for Downer South, number 3, Adam Flowers.
Nice looking shot from Abelos there. Unlimited range. Flowers will knock down the first, and he is now up to 17. So the 3-headed monster for DGS. Keon Maggot with 18, Flowers with 17, and Worrow with 17. 52 of the 60 points coming from them. Abelos loses it. Worrow has it. Transition. Slipped away by Joe Reed, but he draws the foul.
Great job there. Worrow tried to draw the charge, didn't get the call, still picked up, still got the ball, got out in transition. Right here, great awareness there to get back up.
I'm not sure this is even a foul. He just flops at the end to make it sell it, and it works. It's like a soccer player. Context. Textbook play by Worrow.
Worrow at the line for 2.
First one goes down for Wyatt Worrow. 4-point ball game.
That foul, Joe Reed is out of the game with 5 fouls.
The second one for Worrow is off the mark, and Jax Abelos grabs the rebound. Justice in transition, they need a bucket. Justice maneuvering his way down the court, misses it, second chance effort. Foul drawn by number 14, Brett Berrigan.
Downer South foul number 5, Wyatt Worrow. That's his 5th and final foul.
Wyatt Worrow fouls out of the game.
At the line to shoot 2 for Batavia.
Not what you want to see.
Coach Miller backing up his guy, arguing the call.
Back in the game for Downer South, number 2, Andrew Waterman.
Worrow goes to the bench. Coming in for him is Waterman.
Not who you want to see go out. He's one of the leading scorers, part of the 3-headed monster I just mentioned.
Just under a minute to play here. 4-point lead for
Berrigan
DGS.
does miss the first one. Not what you want to see here. Coach Nazos counting on him to knock down these free throws. The second one goes down, so 1 possession ball game and a stop could do it for Batavia. It would give them a chance. Cannot afford to let up points here. Maggot dribbling through. He's being trapped.
DGS might want to think about running this shot clock down here.
This shot's gonna go to Maggot or Flowers. It has to with the way those guys have been playing, and Coach Miller is gonna take a 30-second timeout to talk things over, and so will we. 61-58 is her score here. 36 seconds remain.
DGS trying to hold on to this narrow 3-point lead. 17 seconds left on the shot clock with 36 seconds left to play.
Maggot launches it over to Waterman. Justice hits the deck. Waterman easily gets it across half. 11 seconds on the shot clock remain. Maggot has it. 7 seconds. Game on the line. Who's going to take the shot? Maggot misses. Farrar with the rebound and a chance to tie. Coach Nazos wants him to get it over the timeline. He's going to let him play. No timeout. Abelos over to Justice, and they're going to foul.
Smart play there by DGS. If you foul, they only have a chance to make 2 free throws. You just got to make sure to get the rebound.
Coach Nazos is going to call a timeout, and so are we. 10 seconds remain, 58-61, and the game's on the line. Abelos to inbound here. Joe Reed on the bench. He has 4 3-pointers for this team, so wonder who will be taking the shot. Probably Abelos or Justice. They get it into Farrar. 9 seconds remain. The screen for Abelos. Abelos needs a 3. He gets fouled. And that's going to send him to the line.
If you're Batavia here, you want to think about making the first, missing the second, and just hoping about getting the rebound, as you do have a timeout left.
There's still plenty of time, but that is a good point.
5 seconds.
With 5 seconds, I think you got to make 2. Because if you foul, take a second off the clock. 4 seconds is plenty of time to get a good look at the end. Abelos, the first is good. 18 points for Jax Abelos. What kind of dramatics will take place here? Coach Nazos looking for that chance. He knocks down both. Setting up the press are the Bulldogs.
Coach Nazos has some words for his players, telling them what they need to do. Timeout.
61-60, we're gonna step aside. 5.1 remain on the clock. 5 seconds remain. Mustangs looking to dribble out. The Bulldogs looking for a foul. They foul Day right away. 4 seconds on the clock remain. They drew up a play to get Day the ball. This is their most trusted shooter, Coach Miller says. The first one for Day is up and through, 62-60.
Both teams, Batavia uses their last timeout here. You thought they might hold on to it, try to advance the ball if they make the second one. Without a timeout here, the time management could get iffy.
Gutsy move here. We're gonna step aside, 62-60, 4 seconds remain. Well, everyone, we are back from the short break. 62-60. Very well trusted Sean Day at the line, the 6'3" guard, the junior. Trying to extend this lead to 3. He will miss it. 4 seconds remain. Shot clock at 2. Game on the line. Justice the heave. And that's it. The Downers Grove South Mustangs advance to the finals. We got a post-game interview coming up. Don't go anywhere. Grip and Hannah will have that. 62-60, Batavia wins.
And with that, DGS, history does not repeat itself as they win, going on to play in the Consolation Championship round. John, this resource officer is staring at you, bro.
I know. Downers Grove South gets this one done. The interview will be delayed by 5 minutes. Make sure to stay tuned, but then Glenbard West, St. Lawrence will be next, so make sure to stay tuned. You're watching York Sports Network.